Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So, as Bitcoin hangs around 21,000, there are still many people doubting this current recovery. So, I do want to talk about that and also talk about this huge signal. It doesn't come very often. The last time this happened, the signal triggered, Bitcoin went on a 6,000% run. And guess what? That signal just triggered. So, of course, let's talk about that as well. And let's talk about what to look forward to this week. Welcome, guys. Good morning. No, good. It's not good morning. It's good evening. Well, it could be a good morning, depending on where you are. But right now, Bitcoin slowly trending up. You could see since this morning to now, it's just slow. Very slow trending upwards. Now we're hovering above 21,000. This morning we were like 20,800, right? We're just slowly trending up. We actually went up to 21,500 too. So this momentum is not dying, and we're hovering, and that's fantastic. You know, starting this week, today, of course, the U.S. market is closed tomorrow, looking like it wants to start in the red. Futures market, a little bit in the red. But you know what? That's okay. So far, I would say within the last month or so, Bitcoin has really decoupled away from U.S. market. Even though U.S. markets went down, Bitcoin continued to hold and continued to go up, right? So we could certainly see that. But we'll see how tomorrow is. I have a feeling that we could turn into the green once again. I mean, from now leading up to February, we could see only good days because many people are hopeful for what's to come, especially when Powell speaks next. All right. So what else is there? I saw this, very controversial. The founders of ITrustCapital, Suzu and Kyle Davis, they are now seeking funds to create a new crypto platform. Okay? Even though both of these guys are on the run, no one knows where they are, but they think it's a good idea to try to create another crypto exchange. Okay. ITrustCapital is still going through bankruptcy, still having assets seized and liquidated. The authorities want to talk to these guys, and they're out in the wind, you know, just hiding, right? Yet they think it's a good idea to start another project. And the controversial thing about this is you have CoinFlex that actually wants to be part of it. So there's that. And also one of the guys from Phantom also wants to be part of it. So like this has people really scratching their heads. Like, how could you guys want to work with ITrustCapital? And you know what? The project name for this exchange was going to be called GTX. Sounds familiar? Out of all the names they could have chosen, they chose GTX. Yeah, so I don't know what this is all about, but I just can't see how this is a good move, right? I just don't know. And Suzu continues to tweet all the time, throwing all the blame at FTX and SBF and this and that, taking no responsibility for what happened through ITrustCapital. It's just not a good look. Not good at all. So some controversy there that came out today. I still don't know what is going on there. All right, so I want to lead off with that. Now, on to some more bullish news. Anthony Scaramucci says he sees Bitcoin at 50 to 100,000 in 2 to 3 years, right? But we have heard this before. Ever since 2017, we've been talking about Bitcoin hitting 100,000. Has it happened yet? No, right? That's why so many people, they don't believe anymore. Even though, yes, we have up and downs, a lot of people refuse to believe, right? And I get it. I get it because a lot of predictions have been thrown out there. But to be fair, Bitcoin did go on a tremendous run all the way up to 69,000, We were cut a little short because Fed Chair Powell started raising rates a little bit early, right? And that kind of cut things short, but we were close. So to think that we can't ever get back there, I think is short-sighted. Of course we're going to get back there. We're going to get back to our previous high, and we're going to go above. But that brings me to this signal, and it's called a morning star, okay? So this is something that I wasn't aware of, but someone emailed me today about it. My team also told me about it, and it's quite interesting. And what is a morning star? Morning star is when you have 3 candlesticks, and basically the last candlestick is taller than the first one, and it's long, not short, meaning that you're seeing a true reversal with the price action, okay? So what does it look like? It looks like this. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Let me try to open this up. Yeah, this is what it looks like. So you have a big red candlestick, then you have a smaller red candlestick, kind of indicating the bottom, then you have a tremendous green candlestick. So this is black and white, so yeah, so you're not seeing that. You're not seeing the colors, but you get what it's showing, right? You're seeing a bottom being formed, and then you're seeing a really good reversal. That is what is showing. Now, you would figure with Bitcoin's history, long history of over 12 years, we would see this often, right? Like we would see it all the time. But the thing is, we don't. We don't see it all the time. And the last time we saw it was when Bitcoin bottomed out in 2015, when it was at $160. Okay, that was approximately the last time we saw a morning star. And afterwards, Bitcoin went up 6,365%. Not dollars, 6,365%, ending at 20,000, right? So going from $160 all the way to $20,000. And from 20,000 all the way till now, we have not seen it again until now, right? So this is one of those signals. It's an ultra bullish signal. One that only happened once prior, and now we're seeing a second time. So I can't even calculate if Bitcoin from right now goes up 6,000%, where it would end up. It would be astronomically high. Do I think we're going to go up 6,000%? Possibly not. It's improbable because of how high Bitcoin is already at 21,000. But to think that we're starting something new, we're starting a trend upwards, right? Not only getting back to our previous highs and breaking through it and possibly finally hitting that 100,000 and beyond, that's a real reality as we're heading into the next halving event and beyond, right? That is definitely in the works or in the cards, right? So I'm liking it. And this brings me to what I said earlier. There's a lot of people that are in disbelief. They don't quite believe it. And that's why I want to bring up this old good Wall Street cheat sheet, Psychology of a Market Cycle, because this used to be very popular. A lot of people would show it, and it's really accurate. Let me remove my camera, but it kind of shows you basically the psychology of an average investor, a retail investor, right? You have disbelief stage, and if you look at it very right, I believe that's where we are. We went through a depression stage. That was FTX collapse. Bitcoin hit 15,000. A lot of people got really depressed. Everyone pretty much thought it was over, right? And then when you have a relief, you have a recovery from bottom. Well, then you have the naysayers that say, well, this is a sucker's rally. I saw it even in the chat before I started streaming. There are so many people that, they just refuse to believe, or they're just very angry or depressed or miserable. And, they just don't believe. That's okay. Not everyone has to. But the people that are not in that phase, right? The people that are holding long term, they know this will pass, right? And after disbelief, what happens? You have hope. Then you have optimism, and then belief, thrill, euphoria. And euphoria is usually when we top out, right? And that usually happens. Euphoria, the top for Bitcoin, usually happens exactly 1 year after the halving event. Exactly 1 year. So, is it far-fetched to believe that we are recovering from bottom and we're recovering up and we're in this belief stage? No, I think it's very possible. Very possible, right? Are we past this belief stage? No, I don't think so, because we just started. I mean, to be fair, we just had like 2-week rally, right? So 2023 just started. So could there be more up and down? Sure, right? But, you know, every market cycle, you go through this. A mixed emotion, up and downs, right? A lot of it. So there you go. What stage are you in? Also, there's other signals. Here's one, a super trend buy signal, and it's looking buy right now. It's looking buy, right? I mean, a lot of these signals, I've shown you guys a lot of these signals, on-chain metrics, right? Whatever you have a long period of down, right? The further down you go, the harder the bounce is. We're seeing a pretty tremendous bounce, right? I mean, that's how it works. It goes in both directions. When you have a really high bounce, very fast pump, you come back down really fast. But in the opposite, when you have a tremendous dump for so long, you know that bounce upwards is going to be ferocious. And are we seeing that right now? I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. That's why the bounce has been pretty good for the last 2 weeks. And Bitcoin remains strong at 21,000, still looking to go up. And the entire market cap is now nearing 1 trillion once again. A huge bounce within just a couple of weeks. To give you a taste, a small taste of what's to come. Yep. All right. Last few things about DeFi. Sushi Swap. Not a whole lot of people talk about Sushi Swap. They've always been known as like the poor man's version of Uniswap. They're forked from Uniswap, but they added more things, more liquidity pools, liquid mining, stuff like that. Try to differentiate themselves. They went through some controversy in 2021, 2022. At one point, they almost went bankrupt. They didn't have enough in their treasury. They had to be bailed out. They had to switch the founder. I mean, they went through a few things. But they're still active, and I said DeFi is going to play a big role, I believe, going forward because of lack of trust in centralized exchanges. So it's good to see that they're still moving forward. They want to come out. They want to be a DEX aggregator, kind of like 1inch, right? So you can utilize Sushi and get a whole bunch of liquidity from a bunch of liquidity pools and other DEXs and other projects. So that's good. That's good. But in addition, take a look at all these other DeFi projects. You have Lido leading the way, right? You got Wonderland, Decentraland, Frax, Woo, BitDAO, Maker, Amplify, Sushi Swap, and many others. But this is measuring their treasury and how they all exploded, right? All exploded from just a week ago. Why did they explode? Well, some of it is because the assets they hold just went up. But a lot of it is people are putting more money in because now they're feeling better about the current environment. They sense a recovery. They sense a turnaround, right? So there's that too. Good stuff. What else is good is Polygon. They will have their hard fork, which will get rid of reorgs and reduce the severity of their gas spikes, which is awesome. But more importantly, they will be launching the full-fledged zkEVM soon, and that will basically scale their EVM, which is Ethereum Virtual Machine, but their version of it, right, to a far greater capacity than what exists now. And that means all dApp makers, that's EVM compatible or Solidity compatible, Ethereum compatible, can utilize zkEVM to avoid congestion and high gas fees to process smart contracts. It's huge, evolutionary. No one else is doing this, right? And Polygon is about to release it. That's absolutely huge. And then also Shib. Shib is seeing some momentum too because the developers are basically hyping up Shibarium. They keep saying it's going to be launched soon, and this will add a full-fledged layer 2 scaling solution for the entire ecosystem. Could be absolutely huge. But you could also use this for other dApps, not just for Shib, but technically speaking, you could use Shibarium to scale any Ethereum-based dApp if you wanted to. So it's exciting stuff coming around the corner. All right, that's pretty much it. We're back above 21.1, right? Bitcoin does not want to stay down right now. Does not want to slay down. Just slowly grinding up, little bit, every single day. All right, let's do some Q&A. Sup art, go check. You will see ETH is back to deflationary. I don't doubt that. They have been, not entirely, but there has been periods where they have been deflationary. I think I have that bookmarked. I do have that bookmarked. Yep, they just dropped to deflation. I mean, they just dropped to the point where they have become deflationary already. There's more burning than issuing, and that's good. That's good overall. Wow, they wiped out all of their gains. In terms of new ETH hitting the market, they have wiped that out. They're actually back to negative again. That's big. That's big. James, the Morning Star should be renamed. I'm not gonna repeat it, but that's funny. That's funny. Any thoughts about Algorand? I haven't heard much about them recently. I was actually quite disappointed. We didn't see anything going on with the World Cup. Thought that something would happen, but nothing happened. I haven't heard much about them recently. Simple Green, DCA myself into madness. Don't even want it to go up. Just want to keep accumulating. Well, you'll have your opportunity. I think the first half of 2023, even though we had a really good run, I think at some point we're going to consolidate, maybe come down a little bit, go sideways for a little bit. I think we'll see that. I don't anticipate first half of 2023 we'll just keep going up to 30, 40, 50,000. I don't see that. But I will say, we had a whole year. 2022 was basically accumulation year. So I would not mind if we don't have any more accumulation, but I do think that we probably will see some more. Tracy, yes, I will be in March. I don't think I'm gonna have much time to do anything. Be filming all of the. I guess whenever I'm gonna be there. I guess all day, all night. No, hopefully not all night. Isaac, I don't think you have to worry about if you see a NFT on your ledger. Someone can send it to you. Anyone can send you anything they want, but they can't take it out unless you gave them your private key. That's a different story. Check out right there. This is on the 1 month time frame. There you go. That's the morning star pattern. Have you watched The Last of Us on HBO? No. Sounds familiar, but no. Yeah, I know people keep complaining about Cher, but I have not. I had not time to grease it up. Vaccinated. If you have never tuned in, I could see how you could see that or say that, but I've been bullish all the way down. I've always been bullish because I finally learned that Bitcoin is the one asset you want to keep accumulating. No matter how bad it gets, no matter who seemingly is destroying the market like SBF and FTX. There's always going to be bad actors, but Bitcoin always gets through it, finds its footing, and comes back up every single time. Because Bitcoin is unlike any company, unlike any stock, can't be controlled by anyone. It's just different. It's a different beast, different asset. It's based on a video game. Fantastic watch. I may have to watch it. Recently, there's been nothing to watch, so I may watch it. NP07, any updates on the house? It's slowing down. Most of it is done. At least the framing, the walls, windows, roof is done. So now it's more like the slow stuff, like plumbing, electrical, and stuff like that. Rich, G, I think you're on to something when you said FTX, SPF was killing BTC's momentum. I would not doubt that at all. I would not doubt that at all. I mean, that's how SPF made his money. Arbitraging Bitcoin between different exchanges, right? So you know he has the capability. You know he has the software to do so. I would not doubt that he was counter trading the market throughout 2022. And I would have no problem believing that they actually caused Luna to pop as well. Maybe inadvertently, but they caused it. And every single time, Bitcoin seemed like it was going to go on a momentum run, and then we get a Bart Simpson or we get a massive drop, was because FTX was counter-trading the entire market. Yeah, if they ever find like the trading books or the trading books history, and it disclosed that, I bet we're going to see a lot of that. I have no doubt about it. Exodus Metaverse. I didn't know they'd come out of the Metaverse. You're talking about the wallet maker, or some other project called Exodus? Ada, thoughts for real? Don't sleep on Cardano. I've been saying that for years. Don't sleep on Cardano. It always surprises you. There'll be periods where it seems like it never moves and it underperforms versus its peers. And then all of a sudden, boom. You know, Cardano still has a lot to finish. They're working on governance, working on side chains, working on the stable coins. There's a lot that they're working on. More wallets too. You know, it'll be a big upgrade year for Cardano in 2023. Thoughts on Tesla stock? I'll cover more about that tomorrow. In the morning streams, I usually cover more about stock stuff. So we'll talk about Tesla tomorrow, whether or not it's going to recover just like Bitcoin. So far, not much movement for Tesla stock, but we'll see tomorrow. Someone said, check out Woo Network. I have outdated information. I don't know if I have outdated information. Last time I checked, it was still the same website. Zero fees, deep liquidity, power tools. Preferred reserves and liabilities. Okay. So, trade popular cryptocurrencies and futures. Yeah. So, they are DEX, but I think they started out with more like futures. They're like a futures DEX with leverage. Because that's why they had this thing where you get a discount on these like crazy trading volumes. Maybe they changed it, but that's how it was. That's how it was before. So they utilize they have integration with these exchanges to kind of provide the trading. Okay. They have an earn program. Interesting. We're sorry. Okay. So, can't access that. Okay. It seems like more or less they are a DEX. They probably pull their liquidity from others and themselves, so they probably aggregate from a few sources. I know before, and they probably still do, where they allow you to do a lot of futures trading, and that's why they provide discounts for people that have very high volume. Maybe they got rid of that. I don't know. But let's see, leaderboard. Again, I can't check out any of these things because... So if you're in the United States, yeah, you probably can't use it. So there's a downside to it. Watch the video that in 1970 you could have bought a new truck for around $3,000 and now they're over $60,000. The dollar has been tanking for years. Yes. I actually talked to one of the construction people at my house. He was saying the same thing. He was saying, you know, you could have bought these fancy trucks or equipment for like 1/10, 1/20th the price now versus now, right? Things have gone up quite tremendously. You could thank inflation for that. This 2 to 3% inflation, you know, it compounds over the years and it becomes hundreds of percents, right? So if you have a large amount of money just sitting there, the buying power is eroding right in front of your eyes due to inflation. It's a silent tax. That's what it is. I got 15 people on Twitch. Sorry, a lot of people complain about ads on Twitch. I don't know how they insert them. It just does. Lupa, yo. Have you looked into Meld banking stack? On top of Cardano, they recently got an EMI license to be able to register as a neobank. Okay. I've looked at it before, not too familiar with it. I'll look at it again. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Do I have an opinion? Patriot, do I have an opinion on CRO? Well, they are exchange that's kind of, I don't know. I don't know if struggling is the right word, but they just recently let go 30% of their staff, along with many exchanges have done that. You know, they're not doing well. Their revenue is so low. They need to cut costs, right? So from their financial aspect, not that good. But from their assets, from their reserves, still holding in the billions, are they going to survive? Yes. Can they prosper when the bull market comes back? Yes, definitely. Greetings from Dubai. Welcome. What do you think about Doge's future? It really hangs with Elon. I don't know anything that's being done with Doge other than the possibility of being integrated into Twitter. Besides that, I have no idea. No idea what else is going on with Doge. They have no roadmap. I have 20K in silver. Should I sell it for Bitcoin? I can't tell you what to do. Silver, I don't know how long you've been holding it for, but silver has not done well over the last 12 years, 10 years, 5 years. I'm not a precious metal guy. I never saw the point in either gold or silver. I believe in Bitcoin. I had this Twitch channel for a long, long time. There was a period where I was banned from YouTube, so I had to stream on Twitch and others. So I just like started up again. Someone call me a Dogecoin hater. Okay. Okay, guy. And now you're being banned from the channel. I have a 70-year-old at work who keeps making fun of BTC, but no matter how much I explain to him, he keeps saying the same. Event Horizon, what's the point? I've said this before. There are certain people that you can't convince, no matter what. They're too pig-headed, they're too ignorant, or they feel too threatened, or they feel like the opportunity passed them up. So you're not going to convince them one way or another. That's okay. You don't have to convince anyone, right? As long as you understand. Because if you understand, you're ahead of the game, well, you're the one that's going to prosper, not everyone else, right? So there's no point. There's no point trying to debate people that will never be convinced. Would ETH go to 1,700 this week? How much max? 1,700 is easy for Ethereum at this point. It's 1,560. That's about 10%. Can it go 10% this week? I mean, considering the last week it went up 18%, yes. We'll see. Bitcoin, again, has come up really fast, right? I do think it needs some time to kind of consolidate. And that time could be now or maybe later. I certainly think that we can see more movement this week. I could see how the entire market cap gets pushed above 1 trillion. Bitcoin, if it continues run, 22, 23, possibility. Ethereum being back up to 17, 18, possibility. Yes. What is my favorite coin in the top 100? I can't even tell you that. I don't know what I really like that's outside the top 100. I can't think of it off the top of my head. My friend introduced me to ETH at $8.50 back in 2016. I ignored them. One, we all have heard those stories. But just keep this in mind. Not even 2016, even in 2020, just 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Ethereum fell to like $90. You had an opportunity to buy for $90. Did you? There's always regrets when it comes to crypto investing in general. There's always going to be regrets. There's always going to be people that told you something, you should have listened, right? But, hindsight is 2020. You don't know, right? But doesn't mean an opportunity, or it doesn't mean there's no future opportunities. Let's put it that way, right? There's always something new. There's always something else that's brewing and trending and developing, and that's why you got to be in the space and catch those. Jim, no, I'm not going to be doing that, but I appreciate your enthusiasm in sheep. Mustafa, I appreciate it. Let's see here. No new. Are you going to post a picture of your new house when it's done? Maybe, maybe not. I was tempted to show another video because I was in my basketball court and it's looking amazing, at least the sides of it. I was going to post something about that, but I decided not to. Maybe later when it's more complete. When is LTC having? I don't know. I don't know. It's supposed to be soon. And people are wondering if it's going to help the price. I mean, it has come up a little bit recently, but is it going to become top 5 or top 3 like the good old days? No. And is it better than Bitcoin? No. Chris, I'm still holding my crypto. Everyone tells me to sell, but I'm holding on. Here's the thing. Everyone's situation is different, right? Obviously, if you need the money, if you're desperate for money, or you took out a loan or something, it's a different story. But if you invested what you could afford to lose, right? It's side money, extra money, and you've been holding it throughout the 2022 down market, right? Why would you want to sell now? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Investing is not a 1-year ordeal. It's not even a 2-year. It's more like a 5-year, 10-year ordeal. And when you look at Bitcoin's 4-year cycle, it has never disappointed because it has always done the same thing, which is you have a tremendous top, it falls to the bottom, it forms a new higher bottom, and then it slowly recovers and then it starts over. But every single cycle, the numbers get bigger because you have more people that are holding, more people that believe, more adoption, more traction, And we're getting to a point where Bitcoin is so big, no one even talks about trying to ban it anymore. That's how big it is. Even in 2017, 18, 19, 20, talks about, oh, what if the US government does this? Or what if this country does this and this and this and this? No one even talks about those things anymore because Bitcoin is too big to even be stopped, right? So just keep those things in mind. Is Trust Wallet 100% or 99% secure? I have all in it. I can't tell you if it's 100% or 99%. There's no percentage. It allows you to control your recovery phrase, which is great. It has been very good for me so far. It has been good for many people. Can't say 100% certain if it's going to be 100% good forever. I can't tell you that. But the recovery phrase is the most important thing. That means you get to control your private key. You got to safeguard that. That's the most important thing. When the assets of the world are denominated in BTC, its true value will be known. Yeah, then people don't have to worry about cashing out all the time. Worried about using centralized exchanges because really it's just for on and off ramp, right, at this point. But when everything can be bought, with Bitcoin, with sats, then you don't need off ramps. Well, 21.1, still looking good. Still looking good. All right, guys, I'll let you go. Tune in tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Let's see what happens to the U.S. market. Are we going to get more bullish momentum? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. All right, smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.